Hello and welcome to Your Linux Life. In this episode we're going to be talking about the cloud. Now there's a lot of talk about what the cloud is and about cloud services, but the long story short is that it's a resource which is provided by somebody on the other end of the internet, whether it's your internet service provider themselves or another service like the Google Office suite, for example. Let me explain. For a simple storage solution, if you're a customer of British Telecom, you'll typically be aware of a system that they call the Vault, and that's where you select files on your computer that is to be sent up to the Vault. Now the Vault is on their servers. It is effectively a cloud service. When you need them, you can bring them down. It doesn't stop there, however. You can hire processor cycles on a computer that is in the cloud. Effectively, in some cases it can actually be pretty powerful. You can use a very low powered device like this to actually control a more powerful device that's somewhere else. I will sound one warning though to you, and that is to read the license of anything that you sign up to the cloud service, even two of the things that I'm going to show you in this video. Reason being is because if your files are stored on somebody else's system, there is a matter of ownership. The license could say that any files that you upload to our systems, we have ownership of. And the last thing you want to do is, say, be working on a book, and for the people in the cloud service to say, well, we own that book, you uploaded it to our service. So you've got to be careful and read the licensing. Now, I'm going to show you two open source cloud solutions. One is for Firefox Synchronization and the other one is for Ubuntu One. We're going to start with the Firefox one first. One of the newest cloud services that's on offer actually comes from Firefox, and as you'll know, Firefox is pretty much available on many different platforms. This is version 8, and there is a version 9 that's out now. If you look up in the tools, you'll probably find a synchronize option, and if you haven't set one up, a synchronize account before, you'll be able to do it with these new versions. What you then do is, in your preferences, is for your sync you tell it what you want to synchronize. Let's have a look. We have the options of our bookmarks, passwords, preferences, history and tabs. Yep, that's right, we could actually synchronize our tabs up to the cloud, and when we fire up another version of Firefox on another machine, we can log into the synchronized service, and what we were looking at home can come up at work or someone else's house. Wherever we are, we can have our bookmarks, preferences, passwords, history and tabs all follow us from one machine to another. This is an example of how easy it is to add another browser to the original. In this one I'm going to go Tools, Setup Sync, and as you can see this is on a Windows machine. I can either create a new account or I can connect to an existing one. I'll choose Connect. Now what this is giving me is a code, and on the one that's already registered I should just be able to manage account and add a device, which is under here. Click on that, enter the code, and let's have a look. Bump, 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 bump. This is a one-time only code that will only be used for this transaction. And when I click next on this one, the miraculous thing that this one will do is say, hello, I've been added. All magic. And given a moment, it's welcoming us to Firefox Sync, and bingo, there you are. All my bookmarks are now here from the other machine. And there you go. Incredible, isn't it? The mobile phone can be part of this as well. Remember, Firefox can be on your smartphone, and your smartphone can be just as easily hooked into this. My bookmarks come down to the phone as well. In fact, one of the reasons why I don't have my tabs synchronized is because the last thing I want is loads of tabs to come up on the Firefox on the mobile phone. That would really drag it down a bit. So that's why I don't synchronize the tabs. But yeah, Firefox on the mobile phone is also synchronized in. Another service that's available to you is Ubuntu One, and you don't need to be a Linux user to get access to this. You just go to one.ubuntu.com and you can sign up for the service and you get 5 gig of storage free. Now what you then do is you download a client. It works on Windows, Ubuntu, Android and the iPhone and iPad. And what that piece of software will do is it will synchronize a folder on the local machine. This is the one here, and these files came down from my Ubuntu One cloud storage. If I made a change to one of these or dropped a new file in here, it would then get sent back up to the cloud, and not only that, it would then synchronize back down to any other device which is signed up to my cloud. So it's a really easy way of moving files between computers and also keeping a copy safe in the cloud. The only downside is that it isn't that much. It's only about 5 gig of storage. You can buy more if you like. There is something else which I'll show you in a moment, which is a music store, and for that you do need Ubuntu. But for the moment I'm just going to log in to my Ubuntu One. Right, we're logged in, and you'll also notice that we're using a web browser. What this means is that you haven't got to use the client to access your files. You can just go to the file section and there they all are. You can access them from anywhere you are in the world. How's that for cool? You can even upload files to it from here as well as download, add a new folder and share folders with other people if you want. And yes, this one up here does say music. Right, you're looking at the Banshee Media Player. Banshee Media Player also is multi-platform, but you'll see on the left that we have an Ubuntu One music store, and this will only appear on the Linux versions. It still isn't out on the Windows systems yet. And here you have a full-blown music store that you can browse by genre or search for an artist, a track, an album, or everything if you like. There's recommendations, UK top picks, unlike anything else. Let's have a look at this. You can see the tracks that are here. You can hear short snippet samples of them. You can buy each track for, in this case, 99 pence, or we can download the whole album for £4.99. And we have an option. I think this one is only sold in MP3 format, but some of them are also available in FLAC. So you've got options. You've also got an option here to the Amazon Mp3 Store, and the Amazon Mp3 Store I think is also available for access through MP3 downloads on Windows, so that should also be there as well. You have access, and I think that the Windows one as well does, the Internet Archive, so you can search the Internet Archive for audiobooks, books, concerts, lectures and movies, or you can tune in, if you've got an account, to Last.fm. The Miro guide I haven't really messed with, so I couldn't really tell you. But here you've got your local libraries. Anything that it can find is added, and there, as you can see, some of the stuff that I've purchased. Mercedes Sosa, Ministry of Sound, Weird Al Yankovic, Tony Rice, Near My Guitar, Liberace, Manhattan Transfer, Shania Twain, Winston Grennan, Jaco Pastorius, and that is in the local section. And any audiobooks, you can also tune into podcasts via this as well. Those aren't stored in the cloud, those do come down to your local system, and you can tune into any radio stations, internet radio stations that you add. But if you do purchase any music via the Ubuntu One store, it will go up to your personal cloud, which means that it will also automatically download to all your Ubuntu One clients. When you look at it, it is actually a pretty powerful system. So, well, it's up to you really, but again, I will say the warning that you'll only get the Ubuntu One music store if you're using Linux. But if once you've bought the tracks via Linux, they will go down to all your clients. That includes Windows and the iTunes machines. So, there you are. It's something that's well worth looking at, and well, personal file storage on the move for free. You can't ask better than that. So there you have it. That's what cloud services are about. They're very powerful tools when used in the right way. You just got to be careful about the license that you're signing up to and about the bandwidth that you could potentially use on your devices as a result. All it takes is a bit of a thought to make sure that these clouds don't rain on your parade.